There are plans to expel Uganda and other countries from benefiting from AGOA. AGOA, as you know, is the Africa Growth Opportunity Act, which was put in place in 2000 by the US government to provide duty-free and quota-free market access of a number of products from a number of countries in Africa. And since then, Uganda has been enjoying that market. Uganda has been sending there a number of products, including coffee, tea, dried fruits, and crafts. If the US is saying they are suspending Uganda from accessing the US market and AGOA, it's going to hurt our economy because a market is a market. We need all the markets we can be able to get, whether the US market, whether the EU market, or the China market. In terms of the losses, if in case we are fully suspended, we need that market. In fact, for Uganda, we haven't really been utilizing that market to the maximum, because under AGOA we are supposed to export duty-free, water-free, around 6,000 tariff lines. That means all those are products, different products, 6,000. But when you look at the number of products we have been sending there, they are really very, very few. So we need to up our game in case that market access is reinstated. What are the options going forward in case we are reinstated? We need to fully utilize that market by increasing our production, our productivity, diversifying our products, and ensuring that really everybody will have backward and forward linkages so that we can be able to grow our economy. But in case it is not reinstated and we are fully expelled, there are options which we can really take. One, I think it's important as Uganda we diversify our markets. In fact, the markets are there because, for example, EU, up to now, EU, we still have the EBA, the everything but arms. There are also markets, new markets in China, South Korea, Asia. So we need to farm up those markets to make sure that we really produce quality products which are acceptable on those markets, that our products are competitive. Competitiveness means that the quality is good and that our products can be able to compete with those similar products we find on those markets. We are not doing very well there. But also, regarding the US, for me, what I want to appeal to the US is that they should remember why AGOA was put in place in 2000. AGOA was put in place to be able to assist developing countries to be able to grow their economies. In fact, the expectation was that the US is going to encourage its private sector to invest in those countries which were eligible for AGOA, so that we can be able to industrialize, grow our economy. And that too, we are going to grow our economy by exporting more products to the US. So the US should remember why AGOA was put in place. I think it's very important for Uganda and African countries to ensure that we maintain our policy space, to be able to put in place policies that benefit our economy, benefit the people. Because in a way, AGOA is like the sword of Damocles, that sword of Damocles where you are waiting any time I do something, the sword is on your neck. And trade partners shouldn't behave like that. you know. So it's important for developing countries, for Uganda, for other African countries to maintain our policy space, because the way we are moving, there are many challenges. For example, like now we have the climate crisis, and we need to put in place robust trade and investment policies to be able to address the climate change, climate crisis. We need robust trade and investment policies to be able to address the debt issue, you know. So if you have a trading partner who is always threatening that if you don't do this, we are removing AGOA, then it's going to be difficult. So that's an issue when we are moving forward as a country, which we need to address, the issue of policy space. And we need to be able to weigh whether our policy space, to be able to put in place policies that can be able to help us to transform our economies, to industrialize, to add value, will be compromised by such facilities like AGOA. We need to balance that and be able to come up with an informed decision whether we really want to go the AGOA way or be able to look for alternative markets.